What is up? What is up, YouTube? I'm a little sad for my man, Ramir. Look, check this out. Another evil Jay-Z and Roc Nation scheme just got exposed. I just looked it up, man, and it's official that Ramir actually filed papers. Ramir dismissed the lawsuit as of July. It just say July 2025. And no public record is shared of why he did it. And it's real strange because he was on a lot of talk shows, man. I just want to talk about this a little bit. Legal fees and court sanctions have reportedly cost Ramir and his family over $100,000, including liens placed on their home. Dang, man, I was really pulling for him, man. I think everybody wanted to see what the outcome was going to be, even if it was take the DNA test. It's a yes or no. How come everybody got to take a DNA test, but the Jigger Man, the Jigger Man. Hey, the more all you're doing is letting people know that I guess it is a such thing as operating above the law. Man, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. My new sign, y'all. Hey, can y'all see that arrow? That arrow means you're going up. Peace on both sides, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check it out.
Roc Nation brunch ain't nothing but Jay-Z putting a bunch of on the lawn and then going in the back door and saying, I told you I still run this give me the money.
And y'all still out here defending Jay-Z like he's some hero for the culture. Wake up. The dude allegedly helped the NFL bury Colin Kaepernick. And there's receipts. Multiple people saying the same thing. And if you still don't believe it, you might as well be on Roc Nation's payroll too. Damn. This man been running the same hustle for years. Get hired to calm black outrage, get that bag, then flip on his own people when it's convenient. But this Kaepernick move, nah, this one's straight up grimy. Wait till you hear how far Jay went just to impress the NFL. Yeah, it's that bad. Look, this ain't new. Jay-Z been running this hustle for years. Anytime a company got black folks mad, boycotts, protests, bad PR, they call Jay like he's some cultural firefighter. Nah, bruh. He's a damn mercenary for hire. Think about it. This the same playbook politicians run. Obama smiled his way through Wall Street dinners telling us change was coming, while the rich kept cashing in. Puff talks black excellence while pushing Ciroc deals that ain't changing nobody's life but his. Same energy. Jay walks in acting like he's for the people, calms us down, grabs the bag and dips. Every time. But with Kaepernick, nah, this was next level grimy. Dude didn't just play peacemaker. He straight up helped the NFL wipe a man off the map. Let's run it back, because this betrayal didn't happen overnight. Nah, this was a slow play hustle. Wow. Colin Kaepernick risked everything. His career, his reputation, his future, just for taking a knee against police brutality. Dude wasn't begging for fame. He wasn't clout chasing. He was standing on principle. In the NFL, they straight up blackballed him. Shut every door, snatched his livelihood, all because he refused to shut up about cops killing black folks. And while we were riding for Cap, treating him like the hero he was, guess who slid in, acting like the ally? Yup, Jay-Z, walking around like he was Team Cap, like he was leading the boycott for the people. Remember Travis Scott? Bro got dragged for agreeing to do the Super Bowl halftime show. And who was the loudest voice trashing him? Jay, Mr. We Boycotting. Same with Jermaine Dupri. Jay literally called him up, told him, don't do it, bruh. Don't work with the NFL. We standing together on this.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. I'm saying.
But the second the NFL came knocking with a fat deal, man, Jay switched sides so fast it make a politician blush. All that for the culture talk? Gone. No hesitation, no shame. And here's the cold part. He didn't just quietly take the bag. Nah, he flipped the whole movement into a business transaction. All that fake solidarity was just leverage. He used Kaepernick's protest as his golden ticket, played the activist role just long enough to look like a hero, then cashed out the minute it benefited him. Bruh went from boycott leader to NFL business partner like it was nothing. One day he's calling out dudes for touching the stage. Next day he's sitting at the table with the same people who destroyed Cap's career. And you gotta ask yourself, if he flipped that fast on Cap, who else you think he'd sell out for the right price? So why'd Jay really do it? You think it was about social justice or halftime shows? Nah, bruh, this was chess, not charity. That $25 million NFL deal to run the Super Bowl halftime shows, that was just the surface move. The real play, Jay's eyes were on something way bigger: an NFL team, ownership, legacy, billionaire tables. And he knew exactly how to get there. The NFL didn't trust him at first. Remember, he was the loudest voice screaming boycott. But Jay's no rookie at this game. He knew the only way in was to prove his loyalty, make their biggest problem, Colin Kaepernick, disappear, smooth things over with black fans, kill the outrage, and the NFL would embrace him with open arms.
They call us, right? They say, Gilly, we want to invite you to the Roc Nation brunch. I'm the that said, why would I want to come? Why wouldn't you want to come? I said, you want me to keep it real with you, or you want me to lie to you? Keep it a buck. I said, the Roc Nation brunch ain't of nothing but Jay-Z putting a bunch of on the lawn and then going in the back door and saying, I told you I still run this shit. Give me the money.
Wow.
You think I'm letting a use my brand? Huh? See, Rich sit like this.
Yeah, I see how you turn to that.
I got this from Russell and them. I ain't there yet. But I be seeing the rich shit like this. You know, they get a little money, they cross their legs and shit. That's all this is, man. Let's keep it real. I operate with 26 major brands. You think I don't know what branding is? Come on, we don't work from New Amsterdam Vodka, Manscaped, Harriet Razors, Roman Swipes, you name them. Mm-hmm. They come to $1 million worth of game because we move the needle. I don't let nobody allow to use my brand with their brand. What do you get from going to these parties except for a picture? I don't even smile with you if you ain't worth 500 million or more. Let's be for real. The only smiling they do is when the billionaires in the picture. Look at all these broke ass on the lawn.
And bruh played that role perfectly. The same guy who trashed Travis Scott for doing the Super Bowl, he became the guy running the halftime show. The same guy who told Jermaine Dupri not to take that NFL social justice gig, he took the exact kind of deal he warned Dupri against. That's not some oops, change my mind moment. That's calculated hypocrisy. And to seal the deal, Jay even said the quiet part out loud. Remember when he sat at that NFL press conference and dropped, I think we've moved past kneeling? That was the NFL's golden soundbite, bruh. Translation? Relax, folks. Cap's protest is over. We're past that now. He gave the league exactly what they needed, a cultural stamp of approval to move on from Kaepernick without actually fixing a damn thing.
It was Nessa, and she was talking about Nicki Minaj's claims about a smear job that Jay-Z had against Colin Kaepernick. All right. I have to say this. I think the thing here, and I've told this story before, I think the thing here is the Jay-Z part of it. Obviously, that's the biggest deal.
Jay risked his whole cultural credibility for this. And why? Because for him, black excellence ain't about uplifting the people. It's about getting in the room with billionaires, shaking hands with the same folks who blackballed Cap. Don't get it twisted. This wasn't partnership. This wasn't change from the inside. Nah, bruh. This was straight up selling out. Jay didn't walk into that NFL deal as an activist. He walked in as their fixer. And if stepping on Cap's name was the price to pay for a shot at that NFL ownership dream, clearly that was a price he was cool with paying.
I know it's a lot happening, but, I'm not new to this. We've been saying this for years. Look at the timeline, especially 2019. Lots of articles, lots of journalists did good investigative work to really unearth what was going on with the NFL, doing everything they possibly can to get rid of the controversy of teams not signing Colin Kaepernick because of his peaceful protest. Go back to the timeline. My Twitter, my Instagram, it's all there. And how the NFL, yes, they did use Jay-Z to smooth it over. That's why you're getting, I'm sure, great shows that I do not watch or support. I don't care who's on that stage. I don't care. I don't watch that league because it doesn't change the fact that they wrongfully punished Colin for his peaceful protest. Colin was not protesting his employment. No, he was protesting police killing Black people, systemic racism. And the worst part about during that time were the smear campaigns that were happening behind the scenes to try to discredit Colin publicly, to sway people to think that Colin was okay being blackballed or he was asking for a lot of money.
But here's the wild part. Harvey said, nah, the credit where it's due. He looked at Van and said, I don't think we should pick sides in this. This is too deep, too cultural. That's TMZ. TMZ having more backbone than half of these Black culture platforms. And think about that, bruh. If TMZ, the kings of messy celebrity gossip, turned it down, what you think Shade Room did when they got that call? What about World Star, My Mixtapes, Pop Bass? You think they said, nah, we riding with Cap? Hell no. Most of them probably jumped at it. Yes, boss. Want us to run it once or keep posting it all week? All this just to make Colin Kaepernick disappear. Just to erase the stain he left on the NFL's image and polish Jay up as the league's new Black fixer. Jay wasn't acting like some activist in a suit. He was acting like a damn hitman for billionaires.
But when Nessa's talking right there, there's a part of me that feels bad about letting her be on her own with saying that. And this is the reality. This is what happens, at least in what happened, at least in this one instance, because I was there. I know for sure. I'm not saying it was Jay-Z. I can't say that Jay-Z did anything, right? But I know for sure, that Roc Nation was seeding negative stories about Colin Kaepernick during the time that he was really in traction with Jay-Z. For sure. I've told this story before, I'll tell it again. This is another story where I give Harvey a ton of credit, right? So I'm at my desk one time. This is after the Roc Nation NFL deal has been announced. And give Harvey more credit than just with how he played this. I'll give him credit for the fact that he goes, hey, I just got this information on the phone. I know who was on the other end of the phone. I know who Harvey's Roc Nation contact is, right? I just got this information on the phone. And all of these things about Colin Kaepernick is what I just got told, right? He comes over to me and he tells me all of these things. And it was the whole Colin Kaepernick doesn't really want to play narrative. Like Colin Kaepernick didn't go to this training or he sabotaged himself this way or whatever. Actually, it was the same thing that people had started to hear on First Take. And it was a narrative that was getting around because either it was coming from what I thought at first is that either it was coming from players that had played with him or people that knew things. I don't know, but I had heard it before, right? And Harvey comes over to me and he says all of this stuff and he's like, yeah, did you know that he actually doesn't really want to play? And I looked at Harvey and I said, look, I don't think that we here at TMZ should be getting in the middle of what's going on between Colin Kaepernick and Jay-Z. I think if we run what essentially was a hit piece on Colin Kaepernick, I don't think we have the cultural cachet to do that. Number one, to insert ourselves into the middle of that situation. And also, I think it's choosing a side in something that is literally at the core of a culture, of a Black cultural discussion right now. I don't think we should do it. And he listened.
Taking out the culture's biggest hero, not with bullets, but with headlines. That's colder than anything the NFL could have done on their own. And Gilly the Kid, man, he ain't bite his tongue. He laid it all out. They tried to invite him to that fancy Roc Nation brunch, right? Gilly straight up told him, why would I want to come to that? And when they asked why, he kept it a buck. Said that brunch ain't nothing but Jay-Z gathering everybody on the lawn for pictures while he sneaks in the back, telling the real bosses, see, I still run this. Now cut me the check. Gilly clowning the whole vibe too, talking about how dudes cross their legs like billionaires just to look rich, but ain't making no real moves. He said it best. I don't let nobody use my brand for free. What do you even get from these parties except a damn photo? Bro called it for what it is. Jay-Z sitting on culture clout, cashing in while everybody else playing dress up for Instagram. And just in case you think this is all conspiracy talk, nah, there's receipts. Colin's girl, Nessa, been calling this out since 2019. She was dropping timelines, screenshots, straight up warning folks, yo, the NFL is using Jay-Z to smooth this whole thing over. She stayed on it even when people ignored her. Then Van Lathan came through and confirmed what she been saying. Dude was in the room when this stuff was happening. He said flat out, Roc Nation was calling media outlets, pushing negative stories about Cap on behalf of the NFL. And Van even said what we all thinking. You really believe some random Roc Nation publicist would run a whole smear campaign without Jay knowing? Come on, bruh. Jay's name is on the contract. His company, his call. No way he ain't in the loop. Van only spoke up because he felt bad Nessa was out here taking all the heat by herself. He kept it solid, admitted Roc Nation was actively seeding that Cap don't want to play narrative, all to make the NFL look clean and get Jay one step closer to that ownership dream.
You didn't do it.
He did not do it. He listened. He goes, okay, that makes a lot of sense. He listened. I'm like, I don't think we should do that. Like, he listened, right? He went and got back on the phone. He went and got back on the phone. And when he came back, there was a different story. And the story that ended up making it to TMZ was that Jay-Z somehow had the inside track on becoming an NFL owner because of his relationship with the NFL. And that ended up being the story. You guys could probably Google that story. I'm sure it's still on the site, that Jay-Z was going to become an NFL owner. And the reason why that story went up is because it was still a story that kind of explained why he had decided to take the deal with the NFL. It was a story that made it make sense to people. Like, oh my God, maybe Jay-Z, as the owner of a team, can then put Colin on a team. Or maybe moving on from the kneeling situation is worth it because we're going to get a black owner in the NFL.
This ain't just about Jay-Z and Colin Kaepernick. This is a pattern, bruh. How many so-called quote-unquote leaders, some quote, get put in these positions, act like they're for the people, then flip the second a bigger check hits the table. It's the same hustle over and over. Smile for the culture, talk that we in this together talk, then turn around and play cleanup for the same corporations crushing us. And Jay, he just happens to be the smoothest at it. Dude mastered the art of using cultural clout like it's currency. That's just real hustle. The NFL wants the heat off, call Jay. Brands need black folks to forget a protest, a boycott, a scandal, call Jay. He walks in, calms everybody down with that I'm doing this for the people act, and walks out richer than before. Meanwhile, the man who risked everything, Colin Kaepernick, still can't get a job in the league, still treated like he don't belong. Jay's cashing checks and sipping champagne with the same folks who destroyed Cap's career, and Cap's out here still fighting for the same justice he kneeled for. And the wildest part, folks still defending Jay like he's untouchable, like he's beyond criticism just because he's a billionaire with some woke bars in his songs. Nah, bruh, stop it. This ain't chess for the culture. This is chess for him. Billionaire moves for billionaire tables. And if you got to step on Cap's name to get there, clearly that's fair game in his book. And if we keep letting it slide, keep treating dudes like Jay as if they're cultural saints, how many more leaders you think gonna run this same hustle? Because trust me, they watching and they taking notes. Stop worshiping these so-called culture kings like they can do no wrong. Jay-Z showed you plain as day his loyalty ain't to the movement, it's to the bag. Kaepernick put his whole career on the line for something bigger than himself. Jay, he flipped that sacrifice into a $25 million deal and a shot at owning an NFL team. That's not strategy for the people. That's strategy for self. If the culture keeps letting it slide, what's stopping the next big leader from selling us out too? Think about that. So what y'all think? Was Jay playing smart business or straight up betraying his own people? And if you still defending him after this, are you blind or you just on Roc Nation's payroll too? I'll see you on the next one. Panda out.
My bad, I had the mic off. Panda out, man. Hey, I don't know. Is this the same thing? Bombshell, Roc Nation, man, fouling Diddy twist. Now we're gonna make this a whole different video. Jay-Z Secret Son 50 Cent jumps in. Oh man, they saying I'm late. God dang, they still talking about 50 Cent is helped back in Ramir and he's not. 50 Cent said keep my name out of it. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. This is, oh my gracious, boy, so many twists in this whole as the world turns sitcom. Real life sitcom. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.